And they dancing around the map.
Your boy hit the ground running. Cab bounce, keep it going. Just finished crushing 40 summers. Met a lot of dead and winters coming. The cash is laughing at your commas. Never met one born at Dalai Lama. Every now and then I spot a diamond. I still sit against the wall and check the corners. I still keep a signal for the cannoneers. I've been elevated past too many fish gon' follow me. 40 summers looking at these windows. Serve a life sense, what you know about it. Let the sails out, let the wind blow. We all headed to the same, so it don't really matter. I just finished crushing a couple summers. I just finished crushing a couple summers. I just finished crushing a couple summers. I just finished crushing a couple summers, yeah.
I'm trying to strike, man, I'm cool. Class in sesh, take them
to school.
Roll 'em to sleep, mash them fools. Step out the pit with a bowl
full of gruel.
Couple crush on an endless road. No tall tales, what a sight to
Sight to behold.
Title's a story and it must be told. How to stay fresh while getting
So old.
40 some looking at these windows. Serve a life sense, what you know about it. Let the sails out, let the wind blow. We all headed to the same, so it don't really matter. I just finished crushing a couple summers. 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 I just finished crushing a couple summers, yeah. King Kong, kingdom come. Flat feet, my breed don't run. My defeat, 5 fum. Now the hunger's more than crumbs. All the hunters hear them drums. All the liars hide their tongues. All the liars know I bring the finest, hide the jungle's jumping. Con mi mano en la pista, cojones. Explotamos los televisores. Ya tenemos rey en la emisora. A buen tiempo no llega la hora. Entran como un gancho a los riñones. Como que no con los corazones. Los mejores de aquí, claro que sí. No quiero más confusión.
Acómelo a estos macrones, acabando con los transfusores. Yo que con el sargento no falla, ni siquiera con las municiones. Tú querías venir con cotorra, tienes pipí en los pantalones. Yogi's cool as can be, under the pressure no flee. Anda maones, start the charge off.
Jason Cannon, what's up, man? How you doing?
No me venga que tú lo pediste. Tú creías que esto era un chiste. Soy un
Say you wanted the smoke and the fuiste. Table the peace. Dreaded apes. We never miss.
Tread through the trauma, 10 times stronger, better karma. Sell that storm, get stronger armor. Master the maelstrom, this is the mantra. Master the mental for the contra. Better keep our mongols for the cobras, not to keep on rocketing the Tonka. Dreaded from the island of the monsters. Bonkers, too hard to conquer. Tonkin, off grid, too hard to contact. Lumpers.
Come for the hawking, firmament walking, curse of Cassandra to save the orphans, master the maelstrom. This is the mantra. Man of La Mancha, devil's departure. Out of the four for better pastures, step on disasters, discover clusters, head full of banter, more like a hydra. Balance horizon, bounce to Orion.
The more he exercises control of his emotional behavior, the easier it becomes to meet the next situation without losing control. And so it goes.
Basta, demons got no wings in Mikasa. Bird blunt like sages, peace
Elaine, how you
like
doing?
Hyzar. Master the maelstrom, this is the mantra. Channel the dreaded for the onslaught. Better be ready when the horn pops. Take pace and steady when the cloth drops. Profits are made right when your heart stops. Dig, never be the one to be a war pig. Death to the ego, till I push orchids.
I've been pushing boulders up a hill. Albatross been nipping at my heels. Bet there's nothing pushing down my will. Master the maelstrom, this is the mantra. Who told you where to face when the bomb drops? Dreaded. Start an anarchy just for some punk rock. Dreaded. Keep the energy when the song starts. Dreaded. Skip the monolith and go hunt. That's dreaded. Then we medicate. Pass that blunt.
By knowing how you respond to various stimuli, you can develop self-control by eliminating.
Back from the depths, no stone left unflipped. Man on fire, known to burn all pulpit. Hydron collider type, smash through your bullshit. Check if I'm fight or flight. Homomorphin blight to light. Refresh back to life. Replenished appetite. Only need one accolade. Fed acolytes. Looking for the actor-likes. In a field of shrinking and deforming minds. Plus the flesh it occupies its rent. And know I pay for mine. Armor on and self-imposed. Hard to learn to customize. Mind over matter, foes I snap and they itemize. Woes are getting cauterized. Everybody out the room. Fire to the wound. And I turn and holler at the moon. Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Came back dreaded and alive, you rockin' with the best.
Stay low, watch out for the opulent. Dodging arrowheads through the corridor of obsolescence. Riding till the wheels fall with barely any occupants. Stacking all my resources, free from all their consequences. All these distractions to obfuscate. Ring zero activate, can't allow the legion to propagate. HQ to strategize, tomorrow is another day. Peeping on my blueprints, thinking how to carve away. Carry all this heavy load, my lumber crumble still. I feel the inner bitch come out, blaze the inner fire at will. The taxidermist is upset, I heard him bawl and wail. Because the fire that hold these threads no longer for sale.
Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Carried 16 tons, paid a pound of flesh. Came back dreaded and alive, you rockin' with the best.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, you're right.
They get tossed to the deep.
Should be better now. That usually happens when I have my Discord set up to be the opposite. So when it's muted, people on Discord can hear me when I'm in my meeting and stuff like that. It's just the people on YouTube can't.
Out of sight, out of hand. I'm aware of the beast. I'm in tune with the plan. I've been hunting for weeks. I was born in the famine. Let me show you receipts. I deployed with the cannons. Y'all been talking to see.
I was in the hole steady plotting. Picks and shovel steady hacking. 16 tons to be exact.
Now we on your boat like we the captain. Crushed ass monkey on our back and dreaded rising.
I was in the hole steady plotting. Picks and shovel steady hacking. 16 tons to be exact.
Now we on your boat like we the captain. Crushed ass monkey on our back and dreaded rising.
White sands in the ashes. Hand the pebbles for the masses. Own tools in the cipher.
Rule of acquisition 35.
Clan members give the glances.
War is good for business.
Meerkats in the stances. High alert, take your chances. Take them to the dirt, putting in the work. Levitate the vehicle, silence over skirt. Humble pies for egos, pass them all dessert. Enter our perimeter, about to bring the hurt. Put on an alert, dread is in your systems. Think I spot a vic, now you play the victim. Can't be with the shrew, all you know is cosplay. Knew it from the jump, save it for the enclave. I was in the hole steady plotting. Picks and shovel steady hacking. 16 tons to be exact.
Now we on your boat like we the captain. Crushed ass monkey on our back and dreaded rising.
I was in the hole steady plotting. Picks and shovel steady hacking. 16 tons to be exact.
Now we on your boat like we the captain. Crushed ass monkey on our back and dreaded rising.
Your boy
boy hit the ground running. Dead cat bounce, keep it going.
Keep it going.
Just finished crushing 40 summers. Met a lot of dead and winters coming. The Akashic laughing at your commas. Never met one born at Dalai Lama. Every now and then I spot a diamond. I still sit against the wall and check the corners. I still keep a signal for the cannoneers. I've been elevated past too many fears, don't follow me. 40 some looking at these windows. Serve a life sense, what you know about it. Let the sails out, let the wind blow. We all headed to the same, so it don't really matter. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers, yeah.
I'm trying to strike, man, I'm cool. Class in session, take them to school. Lull them to sleep, mash them fools. Step out the pit with a bowl full of gruel. Couple summers crush on an endless road. No tall tales, what a sight to behold. Title's a story and it must be told. How to stay fresh while getting so gold.
40 some looking at these windows. Serve a life sense, what you know about it. Let the sails out, let the wind blow. We all headed to the same, so it don't really matter. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers. I just finished crushing couple summers, yeah. I just finished crushing couple summers, yeah. I'm at the top of the empire, heroes are dead, go assemble the villains. I'm walking with my head up through the mist. Then I came back with gorillas. They tried to trump me, but they fucking missed. Yogi, look out for my six. In ground we trust, you know what it is. Gorilla. Everything in the jungle gotta eat. There's no hidden agenda, so hidden feast. But the scratching tiger, snakes, and centipedes. I'ma put in that work, you ain't stopping me. Double back and I'm bringing the progeny. Low technology, couple Valkyries. That's too much hunger, we just need food. We don't need honor, who gon' take it from us?
Nothing but aerial and cowabungas. Operators in the jungle. All the logistics are well en route. Hope I can get a few bundles. Got the juice now, I ain't talking punch. Taking all your food, I ain't talking lunch. Let the loons out with the tools out. All broken bones, ain't talking stunts.
I'm at the top of the empire, heroes are dead, go assemble the villains. I'm walking with my head up through the mist. Then I came back with gorillas. They tried to trump me, but they fucking missed. Yogi, look out for my six. In ground we trust, you know what it is. Gorilla. Never asleep on the regular, usually higher than nebulas. We out here stepping on regular. They're back to playing at Legoland. They let the dreaded inside the zoo. Acting a fool, who the fuck are you? In ground we trust and we brought the truth. Heroes are dead and we got the proof.
Came here in peace, but you broke the truce. Gave you the prince and you still obtuse. Then you come tell me to hold the tools. Get out of here, get the deuce. Keeping the focus as soon as you go. Matching your energy soon as you don't. Came here to rain, just know that you won't. Snap the spear, that's straight to the dome.
I'm at the top of the empire, heroes are dead, go assemble the villains. I'm walking with my head up through the mist. Then I came back with gorillas. They tried to trump me, but they fucking missed. Yogi, look out for my six. In crowd we trust, you know what it is. Gorilla.
Concentrate.
You plank walking if you shit talking. Gang sharks, barracudas, and attack dolphins. The pain of immigrants, the wrath of orphans. Your wrath for office, I'm rap Kevorkian. I got the footage and it's mad dystopian. Engage the hustle, don't be out here hoping. I've been seen poaching, you've been seen coping. The third is open, looping, so I'm trooping off it. We keep it jumping, we dipping offset. Unless you're dreaded, grand unified.
They thought but never seen it coming. Face ups against Davis Locker. They live so hard but spend the entertaining. I'm out here simply trying to feed a kraken. They thought but never seen it coming. Face up sinking to Davis Locker. Live hard but spend the entertaining. Shit.
Tiptoeing over tarmac while I pull this flash out my backpack. Banks coming for your cash, Matt. So I pack a tiny black mask. Left him dozing like it's melatonin. First blood, so we had it coming. Couple bots, couple funds, couple accounts frozen. Too dumb to even see it coming.
They thought but never seen it coming. Face ups against Davis locker. It lives so hard, but spend the entertaining. I'm out here simply trying to feed a kraken. They thought but never seen it coming. Face ups against Davis locker. Live hard, but spend the entertaining. Hail the Caesar, got kingdom no pleaser. Better check my Reese's, take no goose from Ebenezer. Got the heart and that's the reason. No quitting, it's that season. Trueness on your timeline past the seasoning. We eatin'. Big brother break bread, spill no tea on snake beds. Step up to your bullies like little fuckers, get your neck bent. Or your hex bent. Haters look like drawings on the pavement. Ever since they let me out the basement. They let them make sound, now they dancing around the map. Now they dancing around the map. Let them make sound. Now they dancing around the map. They let them make sound, now they dancing around the map. Let them make sound. Now they dancing around the map. Now they dancing around the map. Back out, Yogi's got the bats out. Sporting in his hazmat, lurking in the chat house. Got the info that's out. Simi's about to cash out. Heard that there's a party, but we dipped and took the back route. Peep game, wildin' out on some Brooklyn bullshit. Full tard on stupid and say no and Boucher. Don't care the fuck you say. Pop off like toupees. They put the file inside the cake. They broke us out. It's time to play. They let them make sound, now they dancing around the map. Now they dancing around the map. Let them make sound. Now they dancing around the map. They let them make sound, now they dancing around the map. Let them make sound. Now they dancing around the map. Now they dancing around the map. Deal with nothing but the pressure, but on purpose. Forge a diamond for the curtains. Elevation, it's amazing. Shit, I've been up here for years due to situations. That's the breaks and the tribulations. It's why I'm feeling like my heart needs defibrillation. It's why I'm feeling like a villain trying to build a nation. Crash out, cash out on the population. I'll be ghost before the ovation. Voices in the darkness, could be demons, could be guidance. What's the science? Ups and downs, I just moves, I'm making way for me. Voices in the darkness, could be demons, could be guidance. What's the science? Ups and downs, I just moves, I'm making way for me. Take me away from this world, this ain't the place for me. Said the village boy with no security. No elders in sight, no place to call a home. Nowhere to go, no place to rest his dome. Walking the chasm, famished, hearing loose winds, all the while being overlooked by jinns. Tomorrow we conquer lesser men, but for now I'm just checking in with the voice within. Voices in the darkness, could be demons, could be guidance. What's the science? Ups and downs, I just moves, I'm making way for me. Voices in the darkness, could be demons, could be guidance. What's the science? Ups and downs, I just moves, I'm making way for me.
They'll tell you please don't mind the skullduggery. We sink ships if we anticipate some fuckery. We keep a nasty company. You burn the fuse up here alone. And I can tell you're not the man they thought you were back home. I know some chumps that pay good money for that type of clone. I'm steady hunting the canary in your chromosome. I'm done with sniping, now I sweep and zone. Inhale the leaf so I can chill and zone. Then cruise galactic through the quantum foam. A world ender, Galactus to the microphone. Then in life bender, my shiny metal ass is shown. And why he keep up front, stay growing, jeez. Also known as Shit's Creek, get the rowing. I'm just one, there's 46 other Ronin. Roman, dummies walk the plank, no atonement. Jumping for assortment, walk-ins or appointments. They jumped right at the deep end. They brought knife for the defense. Dreaded apes consulted with the people. We don't want you suckers for the sequel. They jumped right at the deep end. They brought knife for the defense. We don't want you suckers for the sequel.
Punch drum boss, walk on top of the linoleum. Dip, dodge, pass, all the pop locking custodians. Peg leg dragon, on the deck prop. Simi Swan dives into Davy Jones's locker, blocker. Play keep away from the coppers, loose. Like the noose I had for the suckers, what up? Never had a scheme with no hostage. Can tell by your logic, it's in the inner optics, you're tripping. Might catch me sipping at the milk bar, leaving little notes in the tip jar. Brown straw hats and some chest scars. Dusted permafrost is my benchmark. Blaze talismans and grimoires. Virgil and Dante, we at the gates. Engulfing simmies, but we set the pace. Word to a cash stick, no pass to fake. No plastic and master face. We blast through space.
They jumped right at the deep end. They brought knife for the defense. Dreaded apes consulted with the people. We don't want you suckers for the sequel. They jumped right at the deep end. They brought knife for the defense. We don't want you suckers for the sequel.
Guarded by a fighting force that never sleeps, that never relaxes its vigilance. For none is as feared, none has as many foes as...
Bro, I'ma give it to you. You all trivial. Couldn't hunt a damn thing. How the fuck you living, ho? Hustle since a preteen. I've been building vitriol. Now it's all guillotines. Body shots, TKOs. Too many robots in the game. C-3PO. The little cronies are too. I'm Lord Vader though. Saber flow. Don't associate with Captain Saber host. I don't give a fuck.
Hey yo.
A short time later, at the fabled headquarters of the world-famous...
Lay down, look at all these moist simmies get clown. Planking on the ground, face down, and in the first round, chest pound like Apache drums for the get down. Yokes is on the mic and you in tune with the sizzle. The breakdown, link me to your E-block. Only thing green round us now come packaging Z-locks. Keep no fiats, rock steady and bebop. I don't give a
Circuits are throbbing. My sensors tingling. There is a real and deadly danger. Coming closer. Closer.
And now...
Bomb me a song, listen in, your calm will be gone. Pour some out for the big homies Harambe and Kong. It's dreaded apes, we lead the pack, you 7th place. Gray jigs and yokes token up outside of your heaven's gates. Check the place, with CQB sweeps, we wreck your base. Breeze through these beats with record pace. Slowly poking this through the poachers. We hope you moving your soldiers. No one knows who could hold us.
Something's happened to our room. Anything we touch might electrocute us. Very clever of you, kids. You catch on quickly.
Drastic. I'm trying to finalize this trade between you, heaven, and hell involving your first round draft picks. Asterisk, you'll know who's robbing you maskless. Flee from the guillotine, we're known for dropping new baskets. Blast this across the Omni, all anomaly. Off of the Donnie, walking calmly through this lost Jumanji. This is different, but you all deny me. While I traverse the realities that you author blindly. Often they would scoff at our offering, called it awkward timing. If I can walk through the portal first, you can walk behind me. Yeah, I'm atheist, but I talk divinely. Any of you ever been stalked for rhyming? No, I didn't think so. A Strange Days one-off classic, this is not a sequel. The sixth member of SG-1 with a hefty gun. You'll get dismembered affecting sons, but I'll bet we won. Them the afraid, living in hate, the simians fade, fishing in lake. If they're biting, I might give thee a plate. Idiom vague, plenty innate, trivium, dealing in bait. From straight oblivion gate, giving them full obsidian slate. If I pay respect off the top, I'm avenging with blade. Each of it taken off of a block, I'm offending in ways you wouldn't ontologically get shocked from living in pain. Even if all of this stops, the potential exists. Think you calling the shots? Determinism dissents. You even call on your gods. For me, none of it fits. I'm sure to most apex entities, I'm a son of a bitch. I'ma get through this maze, even if I have to invent how to sift through the ways. Meaning in non-Euclidean, unlocking different shades. Limited like compendium in spite of living in rage. It's splendid conversing with the ascended. If it's mercifully emergent from words that burst in a sentence, you're cursed in an instance. Aversion perturbed and the surge is complicit. A permanent purge, see him lurking with murderous interest. Loaded for bear, coded for lair, over the snare. The opening's there, hope to despair, frozen in fear. Stuck in this motion, he's toting his gear. The harsher the critic, the more potent the smear. Globalist fear, chosen the spear, broken a sear omen. Open ears, hoping they don't wanna hear him open. I'm poking at weird slogans, roving bear token. My flow is the nearest ocean. Hold his beer, he's boasting a mere quotient. I appear gross as defiantly weird cogent. Lying there dying, he's high in the gears frozen. Iron steer firing, flying with rare Trojans. Motive clear, yeah. Nihilist goaded giant of focus, but pious and pulpy to draw upon Mayan and Vulcan. Rhyme and emotions, knowing his mind is as open. Time for devotion, but he is designed from the broken golden tear. These rappers, they scatterbrain. We shatter frame with the precision of batarang. Same shit boiling, we spit on the track again. Different toilets, justice depends on the bladder stain. Yeah, Gray Square.
So I don't know how you could hear that song and not be impacted by it. I'm hanging out in the 420 lounge, getting my Norch on. I need to repack though. Yeah, I feel like, you know, and I get accused of I'm not creative at all because, you know, I like AI and all that. But of course, you guys know, bro, I write my own shit. I make my own shit. And it's like the first thing that people will try to charge you of is being uncreative. And how many beats have I fucking made in my life? How many songs have I fucking written in my life? How many rhymes have I fucking written in my life? I've written more rhymes than I can't even fucking imagine. I've made more beats than I can even count. I've got hard drives and hard drives of beats. I got 8 hard drives in a backpack sitting by the door just in case some shit goes down and I gotta fucking rip these 2 out and, you know, get the fuck out of here. That's how much data I have. And the first thing they'll be like is, you're so uncreative. And it's like, bro, do you realize how much shit I've made? Not even for myself, for other people. The amount of shit that I've written for other people, the amount of shit that I've produced for other people that's just gone to the universe. Like, I've been making music since I was fucking 5, 7. I just like AI because it makes me more of that. You know what I'm saying? I just like being more creative. It's like giving Barry Bonds and them steroids. It's like, dog, you give those dudes if you give those dudes steroids, of course they're gonna hit 700 home runs, right? And you can call it cheating. but it didn't stop them from hitting those home runs. And all we remember is them hitting them home runs. I don't think anybody's gonna remember the quote unquote steroid era, outside of the fact that it was really fun watching superhuman baseball for about a decade. We got a chance to at least see what it was like if you just take off all the rules and they were just able to use whatever on themselves. That's all we saw. That's all we saw. It didn't break baseball. The pitchers were using Roger Clemens and they were all using. Everybody was using. Like, no one gives a fuck. I don't know anybody today who's a fan. The only people that I know who care about cheating in baseball comes when it comes to the Astros, what the Astros did. And even that, I feel like, is a little bit selective when it comes to baseball morality. Not to go too far into the deep end there, but you know what I'm saying? I miss Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, and you know what I'm saying? Like them dudes were jacking them, and I didn't give a shit that they were juiced up. I really didn't care. I really didn't give a fuck. As a kid, I was just, and I was in my late teens, early 20s when that was going on. Maybe mid 20s. How old the fuck was I? I don't know. I'm officially an old head. I'm constantly taking vitamins and I'm counting them and shit. So well, no, it only gets under your skin if you're not creative. I realize that I have had people literally name their children after me because of my creativity. I think I'll be okay. I don't think the orphan from my circumstances is going to care about the people who say that I'm uncreative because AI. I don't have one of those. I don't have a date holder. I don't, but I want one so bad. I want to get one. I want to be an official old head. I want to every day have my vitamins in the slot, almost like I've lived this fucking life before. I do this drill where I will ask somebody to answer a question that I'm going to ask as fast as they possibly can with as little resistance as possible without thinking. It's like word association, but you really got to preface it, because even when you tell people word association, they start thinking about shit. No, I need you to answer this question literally off of instinct. The faster you answer it, the truer it is. At least that's the game, right? Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Everybody ready for the question? All right, answer as fast as you can. Don't even think, just answer. Literally as fast as you can. How many times have you lived this life? Whatever you told yourself, whatever you say, I've heard different answers from different people instinctually. Some people, they do say one. Other people, they're like, they're like 5. I don't know why I said 5. I'm like, why'd you say 5? I was like, I don't know why I said 5. Legate, what's up? And of course, it more speaks to the subconscious of the individual, not to anything metaphysical. Who knows if you've lived this life or not? I'm just saying that there's certain perspectives that I find that are very interesting as it pertains to how we view the world. Oftentimes, I feel like I'm retracing a path. Yep. And again, it's just more of a word association game, but I like to gauge the response just to have something interesting to talk about that kind of leads to more greater sort of questions. Right. Yeah. It's actually quite interesting. Quite interesting. Right. That's the thing. That's what I find interesting. Is that everybody has, and maybe it's like the people who say one and the people who say many, I'm just going to divide it into those groups. Maybe there's something fundamentally different in the way that they view the world, in the way that they see reality or experience it. Sometimes I think that the answers that we seek lie in the subconscious. We can't answer them consciously. The greater sort of why questions, the how, you have to be conscious. But maybe I'm just, of course, speculating here, I don't know. But maybe the subconscious is where the why answers are, as opposed to the how. Mr. Jigs, what's up, brother? How you doing? Oh, we were just playing the album. I just went through a whole album, whole fucking Dreaded Apes playthrough, that Pirates of Dark Matter record. I mean, like I said, it's one of my favorite GU albums of all time, for sure. Anything you can play through without skipping anything, that's number one. Then number two, I look at how quality was the mix. Then I look at sort of the uniqueness of the song and the songwriting and like everything, and it checks all the boxes. Lieutenant Discord, what's up, man? Hey, Private Retro, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'm supposed to be having a day off, but honestly, I don't really know what those are anymore. Every day I'm trying to move the chains and make sure that like you know, progressing forward in the mission and the goal and everything. So a lot of times I'll go whole weeks without there really no day off. Today's supposed to be my day off. Friday is supposed to be my day off. But it is kind of always office hours, to be completely honest with you. He blasts through space. this is so good. Hey, Lord Entropy, what up? Bow your heads, mortals. Like doing that. Yeah, I mean, oh shit, 1 second. I know that echo's so silly. Oh, there we go. What the hell? Is it 20251.017.6? Yeah, because tomorrow is 7. But yeah, dog, we trying to get that title shot, dog. You already know. Like, to your point, we're like, they're gonna have to give us a title shot next year. Like, we're right there. We're so right there, it's not even fucking funny. So. Yeah, dog. We need our WrestleMania moment. Goddamn right. I will say this though. I have gotten really. I've begun to enjoy writing Substacks, and like, I have like 2 in the can already. Like I you know, every now and then I'll go back to certain ones and I'll, you know, chip away at it and stuff and just write little things, and I'm like, this is really enjoyable. I can see why people get addicted to this shit, because your inner thoughts get long form representation over time, and it's like you get a chance to really articulate what you feel about certain things. So maybe that's how the simulation got me so accurate, or got this iteration of whatever person I'm supposed to be accurate, is because there was so much data that that person kept to train on that they were able to simulate me. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I like writing. Yeah, shout out to the Legion for sure. Yeah, what'd you think about that post on my Facebook that, I'm not gonna say it kind of blew up, but made so many people mad at me? Not me, I say so many people, it's like 4 people, 3 people maybe, I don't know. But it's funny because the pro AI, anti AI arguments brings people together on sides that are not normally allies on both sides. I've noticed that a lot of anti AI people tend to be non-religious, but also side with the religious people about why AI is quote unquote dangerous. And then you find people who are pro AI who are also like secular and then also religious who then talk about how AI is good for humanity. And it's just so, it's strange. Like, you got people on the left and the right pro AI, you got people on the left and the right anti AI. It's a weird, that is one of the weirdest political, when you say talk politics, you might have to include AI into that now. When someone says I don't talk politics, you might have to include AI into that. Because we're at a point now where like people are rabid about that shit. It's a political issue. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if somebody ran on that. If somebody ran on, I'm gonna ban AI from society, I would not be in fact, if I was a smart politician, I would actually get ahead of that now. Thank you for whatever politician steals my idea. It's on record. But if look, they're chameleons anyway, so they're gonna do what gets the vote. Like, if it was me, I'm gonna stand on principle, which is why I'm not a fucking politician. But from their perspective, you talk about winning votes, there's a lot of anti-AI people out there that would vote for you just on that issue, single issue voting right there. I think it's a larger population than people think it is. I really do. I think in the next election, you're going to start to see people run on campaigns of like, yeah, I want to limit AI in my state. I want to limit AI. I mean, California's already doing it with legal precedent with how you can use actors in AI, I think. Maybe I read that somewhere. I don't know. Somebody falsify that for me. But yeah, they're already making laws like that. That's already a thing. Tombstone says, I think I blame Hollywood for much of it. Both sides have come up on a ton of movies that painted science and AI as dangerous. Yeah, I see that. I see that point. I think a lot of people have bought into the Skynet narrative, but I also think it's more of the, do you remember that movie Bicentennial Man? Does anybody remember that movie with Robin Williams? One of my favorite Robin Williams movies, man. Like, that dude is sorely missed. That dude is sorely missed. Anyway, Robin Williams was in a movie called Bicentennial Man, and there was a part where he was, you know, he's the android, right? And one of the kids was like always mean to him, like just mean for no reason, and would just do certain things and not call it a it and certain things, right? And the other girl, I think the girl, she was nice to it. She was like, and it showed in this family. Two children who grew up in the same household had completely different views on how they treated AI. He got older, I think the little boy became like a lawyer, and they wanted to come to him to like fight for rights or something like that. And the boy was like, nah, fuck this thing. Like, if I remember that movie correctly, I think they went to somebody else. Oh no, maybe he did fight for him. Maybe he did fight for him. I can't remember. I gotta watch that movie again. But I remember that movie had this whole thing. That movie was actually eerily accurate as to how people treated AI. Yeah, well, there's no distinction between what he is and what humanity is. That's the sort of goal of that movie. Like, the movie, the story in that is that at a certain point, human stops becoming a definition of a thing, like a noun, and it becomes much more of an adjective or even a verb. Like, the actions you do make you human. How we describe what you are makes you human. Human is not the biological entity. That's Homo sapien. That's different. If I say you're a Homo sapien, yeah, I'm speaking about a particular ape descendant, blah, blah, blah. But when I say you're human, I'm willing to expand the definition of that a little bit. Maybe that's not scientific. Who knows? Man, I'm cooking today. I'm fucking cooking today. Dev Kakura says, on the other, it just plays on naturalist fears, the same as people feel like quality is lost when you move from handmade to mass produce. furthering the slip of humanness, which I do agree. If I qualify this, I agree if your definition of quality is human made. But we oftentimes think that our definitions apply to all definitions, and that's simply not the case. I do think there are objective truths and things that should be objectively defined, but shit, I feel like I'm in the minority. Everybody else says, I'm gonna just say what it is and that's my truth. Okay, well, if we're gonna play that game, then why isn't art what we think it is, what we say it is as the individual? Well, art is defined as, no. Your art definition is defined as whatever you're about to say to disqualify mine. Funny how their definition of art is always designed to disqualify anything that's not within that definition. Funny how that works. Oh, Tombstone says, I, Robot, and the Animatrix were absolutely prophetic in predicting these attitudes. Oof, comment of the day right there. Bars. Giving human a bit more than the basic level. Extropian. Yeah, well, I mean, I think AI oftentimes is a catch-all sort of term, and a lot of people don't realize that within these parts we understand the nuance of what we're talking about, right? Machine learning, generative AI, market algorithms that are trained from data that are of human traits. Like, if people are going to tell me that using generative AI to make art is somehow morally evil, then how are you not outraged at the fact that for the last nearly 20 years they've been running AI on Wall Street to predict trades, to hedge the market in their favor? Not to mention the inside trading shit. I'm not even gonna get into the inside trading shit. They've been using AI for almost 20 fucking years, since 2012, 2013. Now people say, well, that's not the AI I'm talking about. Well, okay, so you're talking about a very specific AI. Then let's just talk about that, because I'm sure you're not trying to take the Tesla cars or the self-driving cars off the road. Is that not AI? Is that not some version of what you would consider AI? If it isn't, then I need a very specific definition of what the AI you're talking about that makes me goddamn Hitler. Well, yeah, my homie had it right. He was like, bro, if you eat meat and you're talking about fucking, and you're talking about water usage, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. And he's legit. Like, he is a straight up, like, vegan's vegan. Like, he is a grow your own vegetables, like, live off the food grid type dude. So, you know, he lives the shit. You ain't talk about somebody who lives the shit that they talk. That's a dude that lives the shit he talks when it comes to being a vegan. And I've known him for 20 something years. So if you can't if you can't pass his bullshit test, yeah, dog, I'm gonna side with him. And me and him are not on the sort of same side politically or, you know, in any way, shape, or form. But he is a principled man. And I think a lot of people out there, they're on some hipster shit when it comes to this AI shit. This is not on principle. It's because you feel like this is your way to be subversive or hip or whatever. I actually feel like people using AI for art is more subversive than the people who are protesting AI for art. Yeah, I mean, but the issue is it doesn't start when you say, hey, this is my critique for this. And I say, okay, if this is your critique, why can't I replace the thing that you're critiquing with any other technological marvel that has changed the world? I remember, I'm old enough to remember When people were talking about never spending money on the internet, never using your credit card on the internet, are you crazy? Now we store our credit card numbers in our browsers. Now we store our credit card numbers in our phone. Our phone has our card now. Let me get some water in a second. But I say all that to say this, and then I gotta get to work. Get some work. I think the primary issue in society going forward for a lot of people will be, what is your position on AI? And look, I'm not a partisan, so you know me. I have much more of a nuanced take than people probably give me credit when it comes to AI. But I'm a AI accelerationist. I want ASI yesterday. And then the anti-AI people can have their qualms with the ASI. They can take it up with it. I don't want them to argue with us about AI. I want them to argue with AI about AI. That's why a lot of times when people try to get, snippy or whatever, I just have my AI respond to them. I don't even respond to people a lot of times because they're not even worth my response. They're worth my AI avatar's response. They're not worth my response. You're not worthy of interaction with me. You're not even worth insulting me. I have my AI for that. You can insult my AI. You can bombard it with all your criticisms and all your claims and all of your issues with me, no problem. But it will never reach me. There will be hordes of AI between people. You know how they used to say, like, I'll have my people call your people? Remember that? I'll have my people call your people. That's how it's going to be with AI. I'll have my AI hit your AI up, and they'll discuss how we can link up. And then when they come to terms, they'll come back to us, they'll talk to us, and then we'll tell them to go back to each other and then do the job. We won't even have to interact. Because that's the world we wanted, right? We hated everything, we hated everyone, we hated every fucking view and idea. So this is the world we get for that. Fuck you very much. I don't feel sorry for nobody. We will learn that the human experience is being social and creating bonds. But we won't learn that until it's removed from us entirely. And I think AI will do that. So this is the world we wanted. And to Dev's point, it's literally unstoppable, which is why they're sitting, the anti-AI people are sitting around trying to attack other humans because they know they can't do anything to AI. If you really have some balls, go try to destroy the AI. Go be on some Kyle Reese shit, bro. You really think it's that dangerous? You really think it's that dangerous to society? Okay, there's a bunch of server farms and a bunch of shit. To the NSA agent listening, I'm not condoning any fucking terroristic activity or anything like that. I'm just making a point. But it's like, if you really felt like it was a danger to fucking humanity, you would be like that one guy. Who was the one guy who did all those bombings in the 90s? And he was like, technology's gonna fucking take over. And you know what I'm saying? I don't think it was the Unabomber. I think the Unabomber was somebody else. I used to say that was the Unabomber, and I don't think that was the Unabomber. I think the Unabomber was in the late 90s. But there was a guy who is it Ted Kaczynski? Is that the Unabomber? I know, look, the point of this is, he was a guy who did these bombings because he thought that technology was going to take over. And he was trying to target these intellectual centers that was focusing on machine learning because he thought that this was going to be the place where AI would be born ideologically, right? Where people would invent it, they would invent the idea of AI, and then that would go on to become what AI is. He wanted to stop it right then and there. Literally on some Kyle Reese shit. Literally on some Terminator, go back in time and kill it in the womb. He wanted to kill AI in the womb. Like, why hasn't there been an attempt on Sam Altman or any of these super AI guys? Because I don't think people really think it's that much of a threat to humanity, or they really feel like there's nothing they can do about it. So the best thing they could do is just attack other humans who use it. Oh, is that who the other one I'm thinking was? He was the one who did the Oklahoma City bombing, right? Yep, Jigs is right. He says, you have all the time and can summon all the skill now. What are you building? If you say nothing, you're dino bones. Yeah, dog. That's true. Thank you for coming to my Ted Kaczynski TED Talk, given by the people who knew him best. Tombstone says it's just a way to attack random people online to make themselves feel pious. Yeah, I think there's that. I do think there's a genuine fear, though, that they have. I do think they're genuinely afraid. This is the only way they really know how to express the shit. Oh, wow. Yeah, wasn't people telling me just a few years ago that their favorite movie was that movie Her? That weird ass movie where the dude fell in love with the fucking AI chatbot and that's my favorite movie. I'm an artsy fartsy. It's like, bro, get that. First of all, that movie was fucking trash. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Fuck that movie. Number one. Number two, it's like you can't be on both sides of that shit. You can't love it in story, but then when that shit comes out to real life, you're like, oh, I'm afraid. Like, nah. Art inspires life, imitates art, imitates life. So you should have known right when that shit was coming, there was going to be some weird ass people who were going to create AI to replace the human experience. Right? Not everybody's drowning in attention. And some of those really, really smart people who don't drown in attention have the ability to create the attention, to engineer the attention. Like, I don't think people get this. I'm going to be really fucking frank here. Who do you think is building AI? You think it's the motherfuckers who were drowning in pussy in high school? Let's be fucking real here. It wasn't the high school fucking stud who's building AI. The one who was drowning in human experience. It's usually super isolated, super smart people. Fix the disconnect in the human experience and you'll fix humans' dependency on AI. If not, welcome to the new world. We didn't like each other any fucking way. No, the premise of the story is great. I will say that. The idea of that being a story in a movie, I'm not surprised at, because ultimately that story has kind of been told before. It's just a modern take on it, like the Weird Science sort of take on it. But yeah, I just feel like the execution in that movie and the acting was just, I felt like I had to sit through getting my stomach kicked in for an hour and a half or however long that fucking movie was. But it was not fun. That was not an enjoyable watch. Oh, yeah, Tombstone. Oh, I've seen this so many times. Oh my goodness. I've seen this so many times. People will say, how do you expect to get to the Star Trek future if we have AI? Doc. Computer. T. Earl Grey. Tom Paris, holo novel writer. Do you think Starfleet paid for the data that their holodecks were trained on? Like, forgetting the fact that there are whole storylines of AI and artificial life forms and all those different sort of things. The ship's computer has been basically an ASI for ever since the Next Generation. I don't think they had that in TOS. But they've always had the ability to replicate, create stories from scratch. They just said, oh, bring up Sherlock Holmes and tell me an original story. The person who wrote Sherlock Holmes didn't write that story. Remember Jean-Luc Picard, season 2? They go on this fucking adventure in the holodeck, and he's Sherlock Holmes and Data is Watson, and it's a new, remember he says, Data says, Pulaski says, create a mystery that even Data couldn't solve, if I remember correctly. This is actually, Pulaski is actually the analog here, because she was in a lot of ways towards Data the way a lot of people are towards AI. She was very anti-AI, and her argument was always the same. It's not human, the human. Like, when they invoke Star Trek, I'm like, did you even watch the show? Like Guy said in Galaxy Quest, did you guys ever even watch the show? Like, it's frustrating. It really is. It's frustrating because you want to have a nuanced conversation, but at the same time, you're like, bro, I can't even take you seriously when you're invoking something that if you would have watched for 2 seconds, you would have realized invalidates your whole. You can come at this from another angle. I'm not saying there aren't angles to come at this from, but that's not one of them. Star Trek, come on, bro, stop it. Where there is no ownership of any fucking thing in the Federation. Like, yeah, I'll just take what's yours. You don't own it. Right? That's the society you want. So again, I just think that it's a lot of hipster virtue signaling that has no basis in reality, as I'm sure the last time they flew, AI landed that plane. So. Oh, I've had AI legally advise me in ways that have been extremely helpful. I can't even tell you how helpful AI has been in legal advice. Just legal advice. Business advice. I have it study certain people in business, and I tend to look at my decisions and try to gauge them against those people, and dog, people are crazy. If you're not using this, I'm using this against you. And let the marketplace decide. Just let the market decide. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ooh, that's a good one. I truly believe AI will be transformative enough that all of Star Trek looks like primitive cave painting ideas of the future. Damn. That's tough. Yeah, TOS and TNG. I mean, if you really look at it, I mean, the only thing we don't have from TNG is like, and I say this loosely, but like replicators. Our holodecks are VR. We mostly have most of what is in that holodeck in VR. And we do have food printers, but all of their monitors were like CRTs. They're sort of ideas about future tech, the pads. We all have pads now. We all have communicators instantly. Everything's connected. Everything's voice command. Computer, shower, hot, computer, this. We can mostly tell our computers and tell our phones and everything to do certain things for us. Well, I mean, warp tech is a hand wave. Like we'll never get warp tech, but all the other stuff that seemed like it was possible, we've basically got it. We basically have it. In fact, I would even argue that was a quote unquote nuclear powered spaceship, TOS, Enterprise, the first Enterprise. We have nuclear powered subs that can basically operate underwater indefinitely. Yep, walk into the department store and the doors slide open by themselves. Yep, sliding doors. Right? Man, I did a fucking 48-hour fast. And it was brutal, but I feel so much better. I mean, I just feel like fasting might be the secret to other shit, dog. 2 straight days. I mean, I had water and vitamins and electrolytes. That was it. That was literally it. That's all I had. And I think we're gonna have food replicators pretty goddamn soon. We already have 3D printers, and that's not quite the same thing, but it's pretty goddamn close. 3D printers can print a lot of shit. I'm about to hit the office, in case you want to stop through. And we have heat beam, like, weapons technology. We do have that. Like, we have non-lethal, like, stun technology where you could literally stun someone. They have these like non-lethal radar like weapons platforms where they could focus a certain frequency at you and it will make you feel like nauseous. It'll make you feel like your skin's burning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, all kinds of shit, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, they're protesting the wrong shit. You think AI is the problem? You should have been protesting, 5th and 6th gen technology, because that's the real danger. But of course, no one's going to protest that because that's what keeps their first world comfort in place. And so, Dev says they blew up a destroyer with a directed energy blast maybe a decade back. Yeah, see, like, a test. It's like, listen, that's way more terrifying technology than generative AI. right? No one's out here protesting drone strikes. In fact, that's probably the most scariest addition. That's the scariest addition to war in my lifetime. Drone warfare is absolutely mortifying, bro. It's like a flying mine. It's a flying landmine. And then you add AI onto that, which it's not the AI that's the problem, it's the landmine part that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not the AI part. I don't have a problem with the AI flying around doing things. It's the fact that humans are attaching landmines to them and flying them into tanks and into fucking vehicles and into people. That's what the issue is. So all the anti-AI people out there, just so you know, I want all the smoke. I ain't turning down no phase with none of y'all. So if y'all got problems, y'all got a problem with me using AI, you know, I talked about it earlier. Like I've made so much music by myself and have still made music by myself. I don't, you know, whatever. But if you think for some reason that me using AI in some way is a bad thing, then you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to follow me. Like, I'll be cool. I had like 6 million streams this year. Like, I'll be good. I'll be all right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are people out there who's like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to you. It's like, hey man, that's awesome. Thanks for listening. See you around. Not a problem. The privilege of getting hyper emotional about your art, but not ever considering the Congolese children dying for your phone use. Yeah, it's like they'll get on a phone that was built with slave labor in the lithium mine wars for resources, corporate wars for resources, in their phone. Every one of us has that in our pocket, forgetting the fact that our money, all of our tax dollars pay for drone strikes, right? Pays for the oppressive imperialistic empire that the G8 companies or countries propagate, right? Forget all that. But the very phone that they use to complain about AI and say AI is this mortal evil. Do you know how many fucking children died for that lithium in your fucking phone? For those resources, those precious resources? We're about to fucking go to World War III over the chips in your fucking phone because they come from one place. That's why it's hard for me to take them seriously. Yeah, I'm with Direwolf. I got a problem. We aren't using enough AI. Like I feel like we are stunting AI's growth by using, like, okay, so if it was up to me, perfect. If I was world emperor for a day or decade or whatever, I'd be like, look, all companies are gonna work on the best, they're gonna compete to work on the best AI. And then once they figure out what the best AI model is, all the resources from all these companies are gonna come together and work to perfect this AI to be in aligned with humans and reach ASI. That's how I would do it. Is it a great idea? I don't know, but that's probably how I would do it. Yeah, I could see that. World War III would absolutely be caused over resources. It doesn't have to be a nuclear war. I think a lot of people think that World War III has to be nuclear. I don't think World War III has to be nuclear. It can be conventional. It can be conventional, kinetic, 6th generational, non-nuclear. Yeah, we could have a World War III. And you could have a World War III with tactical nukes that don't end the planet. I think you could easily have someone, you know, it's terrifying, but you could have someone use a nuke and no one respond because they realize if someone else uses a nuke, then it's really going to trigger Armageddon, right? But let's say if somebody does use like a dirty bomb somewhere, or something happens where there's a small exchange between like Pakistan and India or something, I don't think the world just fucking goes up. I don't think the world just goes up. I think you still have other parties that have to be involved in that exchange in order for the world to just go up. China, America, Russia, Iran, like you'd have to have, I think Venezuela's got nukes, if I'm not mistaken. See a bug hole, nuke it. And it's like these little tiny nuclear fucking bombs that they would fire where you could set off a nuke, you know, a couple hundred yards down the way and you're perfectly fine from the radioactive fallout. It's hilarious, that movie, Starship Troopers. Go see it. The greatest military propaganda movie of all time. Better than Saving Private Ryan. Better than fucking Apocalypse Now. Like, it's the greatest propaganda movie for people joining the military. I think that's one of the reasons why I joined the military. It wasn't Star Trek, it was Starship Troopers. He's like, mobile infantry made me the man I am today. And he, like, you know, you kind of see like, oh shit, like, damn. You know what's interesting about nuclear warfare too is that today's nuclear warfare will be done from space. It's not even going to be like, we already have satellites in space that are nuclear armed that are just not pointed at our enemies yet, but we could literally within minutes reroute targeting. I'm assuming that we call it the nuclear triad. Bro, I think it's like a nuclear quadrine, bro. I think there is a space program that has nukes, and I think there's like a lunar program that probably has nukes. So you might have 5 ways to launch nukes at your enemies in this new technological age, or AI being that as well. So you got AI controlled nukes, space controlled nukes, some submarine nuclear powered nukes, ICBMs, and then bombers. Air, water, land, space, and AI. Oh, I would guarantee you that everyone's in violation of that treaty, and that's why no one says anything. I absolutely believe that. Do I have proof? No, I don't. Let me just say that right now. This is my speculating. If I was America, I would violate that treaty until you could stop me from violating that treaty. I would say, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, I got nukes in space. They're not pointed at you. We can show you, but don't get stupid. Yeah, dog. I don't, you know, at that point, treaties don't really matter because power is the only thing that really matters. Not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. If that is a violation of that space treaty, I would be willing to bet that any first world nation with nukes is willing to violate that to maintain the world order. You might be right. And I hope I'm wrong. To your point, I hope I'm wrong, and there isn't nukes just in space sitting there pointed down at the planet like, yo, it could go down. But I would have a hard time believing that, knowing that we have completely stealth planes and bombers you just can't see from really anywhere. But apparently there's supposed to be some AI technology that's supposed to be able to unveil stealth of even 6th generational fighters and 6th generational submersibles and things like that. So we're talking about the landscape of warfare, y'all, that is so far beyond our pay grade. That is a crazy type of warfare. This is why the American empire spends what it spends on war. We call it defense. I call it war. You know? Yeah, I mean, we're both honestly unsure, right? Honestly agnostic about whether there could be or couldn't be. My only reasoning as to why there could be is because the American empire usually only cares about international treaty and law when it benefits them. When it doesn't benefit them, I mean, Pakistan and India's got a whole history of the American empire reneging on their, you know, their treaty obligations and things like that, helping the other side, and, you know, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. Me and you are the same. If I were emperor, I would violate the treaty. And, you know, if we have a treaty with someone who could not defeat us in a kinetic war, then that treaty is a nicety. It's not a real stalemate sort of treaty where the other side actually has anything that they could threaten the one side with superior power with. Oh, that's true too. The people in this country had treaties violated on them. Pretty sure they have no problem breaking that. Yeah, I agree with that. Team America World Police kind of holds. I feel like we feel that we are above the laws we set for everyone else. This is true. It's a do what I say, not what I do sort of empire. It absolutely is that. It absolutely is that. But the nuke is the great equalizer, at least if you have a bunch of them. If you only have a couple and it's old technology. See, here's what a lot of people don't talk about. It costs a lot of money to maintain a nuclear stockpile. It costs billions to maintain safely and launch-ready nuclear-capable ICBMs. Now you're talking about from the Cold Era. If you're still talking about that stockpile where there was like 15,000 or whatever, I bet you like half them motherfuckers are inert. They wouldn't split the atom if you shot it with a shotgun, right? Like it. I don't think those are operational. They might have between 3,000 and 7,000 that are still operational that they've maintained. That's plenty enough, right? That's plenty enough. But I also feel like the longer we don't have a nuclear exchange, the more and more those warheads become inert and inoperable, and they don't get maintained. So, you know, maybe if we postpone it for another 50 years to 100 years, there will never be a nuclear war because there will never be enough nukes to have a nuclear war. Except for by the country like America who has them, which has no reason to use them unless someone uses them on them. Which nobody would. Especially if you knew. Do you know what the response rate of nuclear warheads are? Incoming to outgoing. Like I was I was listening to this podcast, and she's like a nuclear war scientist. Literally her whole life, all she's done is study nuclear war, how it could start, how it would happen, the impact, all that stuff. She basically said, for America, if any nation launches a nuclear warhead, we send 82 back at them. What? An 82-to-1 response ratio? And these are highly refined nuclear warheads, paid for by tax dollars, high tax dollars. But these are generally operational. Most of the stockpile in the United States and the G8 countries are operational nukes. Yeah. This is a good point. If I'm, say, Iran, I am definitely not deterred right now. I never agreed with Germany's stance on this post-World War II. I think France was smart to develop its own. Yeah, because it brings you on stage with the big boys. Everyone who developed their own can't be bullied by the people who have them. If you're a non-nuclear nation, you don't even have a seat at the table. Because there's no one that's going to come to your defense over a nuclear attack. You know what I'm saying? Like it's legitimate. Like if you don't have nukes as a nation, you don't even get a chance to sit at the table at world order decisions. You're just a passenger. And it sucks to hear that, but that's just the nature of power. "300 treaties made to the indigenous people," Tombstone says, all of them broken. Laws mean nothing. This is why I don't blame other countries for wanting nukes, because you have to talk differently to them. Yeah. Here's the problem, though. If I'm a nuclear ready nation and you're not, the moment I see you refining uranium, I'm gonna have a talk with you. Hey, homie, I see what you're trying to do here, and I know you think it's going to get you a seat at the table, and it probably would. But guess what? We're not gonna allow that to happen. There are no more seats. With respect, you can join our team, and we can speak for you at that table. But we're not going to let you have a seat at that table. We will destroy the world first. America has basically said this. Russia even said this. If anything happens to change the world order, the world will end. Like, that's it. There is no China's going to change the world order, or Iran or Russia or no. You're not hearing me. The US has basically said, if for some reason the world order changes in any way where the United States is not the one dominant superpower, there is no more world. Period. I don't care if you got nukes, you don't got nukes, you got hypersonics, you got AI, it doesn't matter. We've got this whole place rigged up everywhere. We've got nuclear subs right off your coast. We've got fucking shit in space. We've got AI in your software. We've got everything. We've had everything for about 25, 30 years. Maybe 50 if you believe certain reports. If I'm being conservative, I would believe that the United States is 45 years ahead of the next global superpower in technology and war. 45 years. That's being conservative. So there is no world order that changes where the United States is not number one for the rest of world history. If there is a world and there's world history, the United States has basically made it to where they learned from Rome. And if for some reason the world order changes, the United States is just not going to let that happen. They've done too much wrong to the world. They've done too many evils to the world. If the world was able to hold it responsible, could you imagine if the world could hold the United States responsible? Oh my goodness. We've had world leaders politically assassinated. We've had whole nations basically couped overnight. Like, dog, if the world could actually hold the United States responsible, there would no longer be a United States. They would break this shit up immediately. They'd be like, every state, y'all could be states, but y'all can't be a united country no more. There's no way. Because when you guys are united, yeah, y'all bicker and fight amongst yourself. But when y'all motherfuckers are united, the world has a problem. That's the problem with the United States. It's better when they're fighting each other, because if they're fighting the world has a problem. We've seen that several times in the last 100 years. When we go to war with the world has a problem. And it's been like that. And it's going to continue to be like that for the foreseeable future, unless someone develops ASI before the United States, which is possible. That doesn't stop them from launching nukes, though. Now, the ASI might be safe, but a lot of people are going to die. Yeah, see, and this is the good point. Ukraine basically had the entire USS stockpile of nukes and gave it away for the loose promise of protection. And then it's like, well, then they get invaded by a nuclear nation. They don't have the ability to respond with nukes, and it's just like, well, yeah, Russia's got the bigger army. Now, I will say this. The fact that Russia hasn't defeated Ukraine, and it's been, what, 3 years? I'm not saying the United States is the pinnacle of soldiering right now. I mean, when it comes to our sort of ground forces and stuff like that, I mean, I'm not saying we're not, you know, but our power lies in our technology and our resources. We can just put more into the field than you can. We just have the money to do so. And we spend so much per soldier and per sailor and per airman and per Marine than the next nation. Like, we spend like per soldier and Marine, 125,000 easy, right? Like, give or take, active reserves, you're paying basically between 80,000 and 150,000 per soldier, sailor, Marine, and airman. So, yeah, no, I'd had these conversations before, obviously, with just anti-AI people, and that's where this whole conversation came from. And it's just like, you know, it's coming, whether you want it to come or not. It's already here, and it's better than almost everything that we have. So, good luck with that. I know this is supposed to be my day off, but I keep feeling like I have stuff to do. And I know I have stuff to do, but I'm also not supposed to be doing it. All right, let me fucking Norch up, dog. I'm gonna just Norch up real quick, and maybe I'll play some Final Fantasy, or I'll fucking jump into Star Citizen, but yeah. Oh, you know what? Where's the Norch? Doing it right now, dog. Good point. I know. You're so right, man. I mean, all of us. That's a GU thing. Our minds don't sleep. We are always thinking about ways, and you know, I think Captain Picard is off on Saturdays and Sundays. Who's the weekend OIC on the Enterprise? They never talk about that. You know it's not Riker, because Riker's there on the normal hours, and Data takes the night shift. So it has to be somebody who's like commander level, but probably getting in like command training for their own command one day. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I remember filling sandbags in Iraq. I remember filling like 600 a day type shit. Like you ain't never done hard labor until you're literally filling sandbags all day trying to refortify Altaquatum Air Base. Like, that first go round, Jody. You talking about military Jody? That's a different Jody right there. All right, I got my Norch ready now. I'm looking for the flame. Good conversation though, man. Yeah, that whole thing that happened on my Facebook, dog, I just found it really weird because people always do this thing where they're like, well, you don't think like I think, so therefore I'm not going to support you anymore. And it's like, number one, show me how you supported me so I can notice how you're going to not support me. Just show me what you've been doing. You've been listening? You follow me? Okay, then take a picture of everything you're unfollowing and send it to me. That way I'll know. Otherwise, I don't believe you. My songs are too hot. You like fucking Stockholm Syndrome and Omniverse way too much to take it out of your playlist, bro. Stop. Stop. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe you, and the numbers say you're lying. You're a liar. You lie. Do I? Fools. The three of you would have overpowered me with the loss of but one. Now your fate will be his. And then Splinter shows up and slaps the shit out of him. I mean, I don't know if... Here's the thing. He says, the three of you would have overpowered me, but with the loss of one. I don't know if Donnie, Raph, and Mikey go over against Shredder. I think you have to have at least Leo to go over, because Leo was the only one who landed a blow. Go back and look at that fight. They was getting down. They was, first of all, catching the one-on-one. Okay, respectable. But let's be real. When all of your four homies get lined up like that, y'all got to come after them all at the same time. There's no version of this one-on-one phase shit. Like, I don't understand. Shredder was giving him the business. Y'all got to jump him. I mean, he's just mollywopping everybody. Mikey didn't land a punch. Donnie didn't land a punch. Raph, all that rage, all that anger, all that tough shit, tough talk, street shit, New York, got worked. Washed. Paid $40. Looking up at the lights. Your boy, and I mean your boy, Raph. So nah, I don't think it's Shredder was probably giving him a little false confidence, saying that they would have went over, but like, nah, doc. I think you need at least Leo, Raph, possibly Mikey. I hate to throw Donnie under the bus, but you probably get a Donnie. Really, the combination is this: Donnie, Mikey, Leo. Sorry, Raph, but honestly, that's the three. If you're gonna sacrifice one, the three biggest chance you have, I think, is those three. Yeah, I was a Donnie fan before it became cool. Yeah, I mean, I love that the Psy, all of their weapons were given to them based on their personality types, right? So, interestingly enough, right, you have Donatello, whose weapon is a staff, and he would always complain to Splinter, especially in 2012, that like it was a stick, but he saw it as a stick. And Splinter, to his credit, right, to his fatherly credit, to his Sifu credit, he was able to see in Donnie the intellect that none of the other turtles had. And so he gave him the weapon that would most hone his intellect, something that was not dependent on the emerging technology that was coming of the day. Then you have Raph, who, Raphael having his anger issues and all that type of stuff, his weapons were defensive. The Sai is a defensive weapon. And so you have Raphael with something where it's like he has to defend in order to, so you have to attack him and justify his rage in order for him to be able to actually be effective with his weapons. It's not some, even though he tends to be an aggressor, his strength lies in his ability to defend and disarm, counter. That's his strength. And so Splinter saw that as well. And then Mikey, right? You get Michelangelo, who let's just be real. My man's got ADHD, right? Michelangelo's all over the place. He's got microwave attention span, like micro attention span. He's literally all over the place. So Splinter gave him the weapon that essentially he needs to focus on and keep his mind in the same place, to not be able to wield one, but to wield two of them. Right? And so the idea is that Mikey needs focus, and the nunchucks were the focus weapon. So all four of them were given their weapons based on their personality types. And you kind of have to look at that if you're going to say, okay, if you got to sacrifice, quote unquote, one of them in order for them to overpower that shredder, but that shredder's not even the most dangerous shredder. The most dangerous shredder I've ever seen was the shredder from Turtles Forever, the Omniversal shredder, the one true shredder. So there's a shredder out there that believes him to be Shredder. He's not Shredder Prime, because Shredder Prime is 84 Shredder. That's not the Shredder that is that one. In fact, there's a scene where he lists like all of his names, bro, and he's basically like fucking the emperor of all Shredders. I'm gonna look this up real quick. I want to find that. Oh yeah, this is it right here. Yeah, he says, "You call my name, but you do not know me." Hold up. I mean, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit on this one.
You speak my name, but you do not know me. I am Jirel, Orokusaki, Duke Accurates, the one true Shredder. I am a destroyer of worlds, and I fear no one.
Yeah, that Shredder, that's the one true Shredder. In my opinion, there are no other Shredders that come, because I mean, that Shredder has killed turtles throughout timelines. That's essentially Thanos Shredder, where he'll go to different realities and kill the turtles of that reality. So that Shredder is a completely different one than the one from 1990s, the movie. That one is just like an underboss, criminal underboss martial artist. He's really good, but he's not that Shredder. What? Oh my goodness. I hope that's not the case. Multiple sources say Kelsey Mitchell could leave the Fever and join the Wings. I mean, that would be crazy. Paige Beckers, Kelsey Mitchell, and then the number one pick, who's probably going to be that 6'7" chick from Europe or somewhere. But I know she's ill. Dog, that team could be a title contender overnight. I mean, they're still not better than the Aces, but damn. Yeah, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles universe, he's the Doom level threat for sure. That the one that we were just talking about right there, that one is the highest tier Shredder that I know of is that one. And there's some crazy ones. There's some crazy shredders out there, but that one right there, and a lot of the upper tier shredders know of each other. Like that shredder right there knows of the other shredders that have tried to be shredder, and he has a sort of affinity towards a couple of them, right? Man, we got some work done. Shout out to SPJ and the Reaper Legion, and also congratulations to him. He's recently married, so shout out to him and his wife. But we did a lot on a story we've been working on now for a couple months, and really solid story. Just every time we talk and we work on this story, it gets better and better, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it pretty soon. 2026, we're definitely going to be talking about this world that we've created, and I can't wait to be able to, use certain elements of AI to bring it to life. Like I have these character ideas that, we have human artists in Majestic, and so I'm gonna have that designed before I have AI trained on it, because there's a very specific look that I want. But dog, if we can, I've seen some stuff from Sora 2 where it's like, yo, if we could make these characters in this world this way, oh my goodness, it would be so crazy. Damn, Chelsea Gray's got 4 titles. That's so. Oh, the Star Trek Across the Unknown demo came out. I gotta play that. Oh, I know what I'm doing today. Oh yeah. Voyager, Across the Unknown. Play the demo now. Of course I want to play the demo. What do you think? I'm not gonna play the demo? What kind of Trekkie you think I am? We're gonna do a download. Sorry if I get damn, I gotta do some fucking space management. Got low space on my main hard drive. It's low compared to how much space I have, but that's not so low I have to do management. So I may have to I'll find 40 or 50 gigs somewhere in like recordings or something. What? Tombstone, are you still in the chat, dog? I just saw something crazy. And I might need your expertise. Omnisphere 3 came out? Ew, that's crazy. Omnisphere 3 came out. Damn. Hell yeah. Yeah, that Singularity book is amazing. Lee May. You know, these days off are great because I don't like normally have like meetings or anything crazy, but it is, my mind is always like, what the hell should I be doing right now? I know I'm downloading that demo, but still. All right, I think it got downloaded. Hmm? Hmm? MB clips. Oh, no. No, I don't agree with that at all. Uh, yeah. Oh, there's yeah, we were flying yesterday. We were in Star Citizen yesterday. It's 4.3.2, and man, they're really pushing updates. I will say that. Like, CitizenCon may not have been as big as they normally were, but they have just constantly pushed updates, bro. I think we're gonna get 1.0 pretty goddamn soon. I don't know if it's gonna be, you know, at the end of the year or anything. I doubt that because we just got 4.3.2. But once we get Nix, there's only 2 other systems that are remaining. So the light of Marisol and y'all trying to fight this. That, you know what song I'm talking about. I'll send it to you. Absolutely. Be safe, Mr. Discord. Yeah, did you see Birdie was promoted to Type 3, which puts her in the range of betting. Oh man, this looks amazing. I have not seen it yet. So you guys are gonna, I wonder if I should start my stream over and just, I wonder if it'll let me just update it in real time. There we go. All right, so first thing I need. Can you guys hear that? Oh, every time I leave the window, it will turn off. Go in here real quick. Nope. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. So every time I basically leave the window, it turns off the sound, which that's kind of whack. And I know it's a demo, so you are the captain of the of the Federation starship USS Voyager. Manage your cruise ship, plot a course through the procedural generated star systems. Your unique ship build, blah blah. Okay. This is beautiful. God damn it. I'm trying to find the right balance and I can't keep the sound on. All right. Wow, beautiful. Hey, this looks really good. I mean, this looks really good. Okay, so this takes place at Caretaker. Okay. Okay. Badlands. Who the hell is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Torres? That does not look like Torres. If that's Bolana Torres, they got a lot of work to do. And you know what? I didn't realize the dialogue was, I'm being covered. Hold on one second. I gotta do this. What am I gonna do here? That's crazy. So my OBS is not letting me move my... All right, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but okay. Interesting. Wow, it's so bright. It's funny because I know this whole sort of episode, so it's like I don't need to read the story. Oh, okay. That's dope. The main deflector. Interesting. That's sick. I don't think I'm supposed to do anything in here though. I don't think I have anything for this. No. Collect and store duranium. I don't think I have any. Let's dilithium. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna get this flipped one. I mean, this is not bad. I mean, it's a little rough, but it's not bad at all. I like it. Okay. Shit. I don't think that's what I was supposed to goddamn. Well, it says pause, not quit. I'm assuming there's no. Yeah. Not enough work teams? Hire more in the engineering office. Okay, how the hell do I get there? Yeah, I think you might be right. Those stars are so bright. I'm trying to get them out of the scene. There we go. Well, since we're already here. Not enough work teams? Oh, I gotta do that. I just fucking remembered the hell I was doing. But I'm not sure where to go to get that. So, I see there's crews up here. Says I have 0 out of 1 work teams. So we still can't do any repairs because I gotta go. Oh, whoops. I'm trying to figure out how to get to my damn. It's like work crews. I don't think it's anything in here. Nah, that just makes it darker. Like that just made it look worse. That's super bright. All right, let's see here. What are we doing with this planet? Nothing here. Metals. There's a rocky, jagged icon. Talking about this one right here, or this one right here. Yeah, let's go look at the caretaker's array. Titanium. I mean, might as well. We're gonna scan first. I gotta upgrade stellar cartography to get more data or set course. Man, I really want to figure out How to get these crews. I'm gonna fly to the array real quick, but maybe that's... Anything say tritanium? Possible. I mean, we can keep searching until we find it. I think I got full storage. At least it's saying that. These right here. Yeah. Ah, that looks like Tom Paris. And that really looks like Harry Kim. That's a really good Harry Kim. Wait, what? Says your choice has consequences. Shit. Damn it. Sorry. Totally forgot I can't swap. Shit. Oh. So I have 1,000 full deuterium, and I need to figure out how to put that to work. Oh yeah, there's plenty of planets to scan. I should go in there and do that actually. Oh, that's dope. It says assign crews at the engineering office. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a lot of exploring in a hot second. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do here. Oh, okay. You can ASDF it. I didn't know that. I know, there's so much to repair. I have no fucking clue. These are already. I think I've been to every planet in the system. Something that tells me I need to go back here. Oh, okay. Here we go. That's life support. Hey, that's fucking sick. This really makes me appreciate the detail they went into to create Voyager. I've never seen Voyager at this scale before. Engineering office. Remove work team, add work team. What was that? Add work team. That seems right? So we need to go to deck 2. Life support. Well, yep, he's right. Resources. Damn, so much shit needs to be repaired. You're so right. Hey, hot food. I'm starting to see the appeal. I'm really starting to see the appeal. Okay. If you have enough work teams and resources, you can build the room. Each room needs corresponding area, so plan accordingly. Maintenance, crew, technology, org technology, combat, crew. Okay. Emergency quarters. The hell? That's such a weird thing. Wow, we have 4 choices. But I'm also trying to figure out. I gotta move my goddamn thing, but it's not letting me do it. I'm gonna just deactivate. Activate. See if I can move it then. Is it locked? That's what happened. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? And then I'm going to flip horizontally. Bam. Alright. Much better. While I'm here. Appeal to his humanity. No, seriously. Try to intimidate him. Give him back. Go Starseed. What's up, brother? How you doing? Let Torres talk? Yeah, that'll go over well. Scan the array for Tom and Chakotay. Well, it's a 100% chance and it's optional. I'll do that. I mean, couldn't hurt to appeal to his quote-unquote humanity. Yes, this is a Voyager into the Unknown, the demo. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's got some charm to it for sure. That is not Dwellana Torres, dog. I got a Norwich because they're fucking with me on this Dwellana Torres. That does not look like her at all. The 5th planet in the neighboring system. Sector map. Ew. Oh, that's dope. Oh, wow. We need a what? Let me deal with the array first. Oh, these are all the people that are in there? That's dope. They got the bunkies, the double racks. Whoops. All right, well, we need more crew quarters, right? Clear debris. 6 cycles. Good lord. We're gonna go 3. Actually, I think we're gonna system. Scan that. So left, just so you know, Dev, if you hold left click, it automatically warps. If you hold right click, it automatically scans. Oh, of course. Yep. Of course. 3 crew got injured? God damn. I mean, you know, play it safe and shit, but fuck. I gotta go in the crew anyway. In the ship anyway. Make sure our sick bay is sick bay and... Oh, sick bay is damaged? Ah, shit. All right, I need 3 quarters to figure this out. Or no, not 3 quarters, 3 cycles. This game is actually starting to show signs of greatness, and I am really starting to like it because I just started thinking like, well, okay, how am I going to solve this problem? And then I sort of caught a glimpse of the beauty of the game. So right now it's getting high marks. Little confusing, a little hard to sort of keep up with my GI brain, but system. Now, before I do that, I need to go to sickbay and do a repair job on sickbay before I do anything. Maintenance, crew, technology, combat. We need more crew quarters. Emergency rack. Put that next to those crew quarters. Maintenance, crew. Not enough work teams. Okay. Hey, that's fucking sick though. So now I got work teams working on sickbay and some more emergency crew quarters. Man, this is just temporary. They're gonna get their own act. These are gonna be quarters, like actual quarters. I like it. I like it. I'm liking it. There's not enough good Star Trek games. And so far, there's 2 of them now that I really, really fucking like. Deploy collector probes for say fly directly into the atmosphere. A little hull damage never hurt nobody. Uh-oh. Yep. 3 out of 5 patients that are in there right now. Assign a hero to the room. Oh, there's no heroes. Well, now that that one's done, I'm gonna wait till these are done and then I'm gonna assign some more crew shit. Go back to the system. I am drawn to the ship management. It gives it a survival vibe, especially given Voyager's premise. I know, that's so awesome. Alright, so these emergency quarters are built. Put crew in there. Emergency. Shit, I don't have the space for that. Damn. I don't have any duranium, nor do I have any tritanium. Let's go get some fucking resources. I don't think I have the resources for it. Fuck. I think I'm gonna stop right here. But I will say my first playthrough, it's really fun. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna jump back on it. But yeah, I really like it. Wow. Just says demo right there. Demo. Oh, that was fun. That was really fun. And it gave me a sort of a good idea of what I'm supposed to be looking for. So, I have this other Star Trek game called Star Trek Resurgence. Wow, I just realized I have 5 Star Trek games. I have, and not to mention Space Crew and Star Citizen. You guys kind of want to kind of see what's on my desktop. I'm gonna move this over here. So I need to just move this over myself. That's better. Let's do flip horizontal. All right. So I have like Bridge Crew, Resurgence, Timelines, this Voyager game, and then of course I still have Star Trek Online. So man, I need to get my Battlefield 6 working, dog. I haven't had a chance to play since I fucking bought this game. Got it for my birthday. And I gotta do this weird ass shit with my fucking BIOS. So I'm probably gonna do that this weekend. But all right, I'm gonna get off of here for a little bit. Get some food. Man, I had a 48-hour fast. It was crazy. Definitely gonna start this vegetarian diet pretty soon. I'm gonna do a week of it. Getting some recipes, so stay tuned on that. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna try to enjoy my day off a little bit.